So today let us try to understand the difference between parallel period and the DATEADD function. If you have a look at the DATEADD function, we have DATEADD which will act as a date filter. ये आपको dates देगा. Then calculate function is there for the context transition कि कौन सा sum करना है क्या करना है वो बता देगा and help you for the context transition. Exactly in the similar way, we are using parallel period which also has calculate function, and this is also using parallel period which will be a date filter. And both the functions are doing the shifting of dates. See, -1 month, and for this also -1 month. Everything is same. If you have a look at the output, this is also same. So this is year, this is month, this is total sales, and for parallel period and DATEADD we are getting -1 month. Okay, see, for both of them -1 month. So when I say -1 month, so this is -1 month's data is reflecting for each and every single row for both the functions. But there has to be a reason for having two separate functions, isn't it? So let us find that out. What I will do is I will make a very small change, and you need to analyze the output and tell me why Power BI is behaving this way. I'll do a very small change. Instead of this month, I will take year. Okay, and for DATEADD as well, I will take year. Okay, after making this change, ideally what should have happened? Ideally both the columns should show the exactly same value. But is it happening? Answer is no. As you can see, for parallel period we are getting different values, and for DATEADD we are getting different values. Now my question is why? Pause for a moment and think about it. What exactly has changed that despite having the same formula, we are not getting the same output? Let us first analyze what exactly happened in case of parallel period. If you see, for parallel period, it is doing the sum of the entire 12 months, that is for entire year. If you add all these values, you will get this, and this is being shown for the entire year. Okay, and same goes for the next year. Again, it is doing for this 2026, it is doing the sum of 2025 years and showing the same values. This is happening for parallel period. So basically parallel period is not considering this month filter context. Month वाले filter context को parallel period भाव नहीं दे रहा है. If you talk about DATEADD, वो month वाले filter context को भाव दे रहा है. भले ही यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पर भी year ही लिया है ना, but still what is DATEADD doing? It is considering कि हाँ, this is month, so I will give you the values for months. Alright. So what does this mean? Parallel period क्या बोलता है कि अगर तुमने मुझे -1 ईयर बोला है ना, तो मैं तुमको ईयर का ही सम करके दूंगा. नो मैटर कि तुमने यहाँ पे फिल्टर कॉन्टेक्स्ट कौन सा डाला है, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता उसको. DATEADD थोड़ा फ्लेक्सिबल है. वो बोलता है कि तुमने भले ही मुझे यहाँ पे ईयर डाला है, लेकिन अगर तुम्हारे फिल्टर कॉन्टेक्स्ट में मंथ है तो मैं तुमको मंथ के हिसाब से दूंगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. दिस इज द फंडामेंटल डिफरेंस. इन शॉर्ट, पैरेलल पीरियड जैसे गवर्नमेंट जॉब काम कर रहा है कि दिस इज द टास्क गिवन टू मी, तो मैं वही दूंगा. एंड DATEADD इज लाइक वो प्राइवेट जॉब कर रहा है, वो थोड़ा फ्लेक्सिबल है, वो तुम्हारे फिल्टर कॉन्टेक्स्ट को एडजस्ट कर रहा है. दिस इज द डिफरेंस एंड यू शुड बी एबल टू एक्सप्लेन दिस इन इंटरव्यू. तो अभी एक छोटा सा काम करते हैं. नाउ व्हाट वी विल डू, प्रॉब्लम की जड़ देखा जाए तो ये मंथ वाला फिल्टर है. अगर मैंने ये मंथ वाला फिल्टर हटा दिया इस कॉलम से, इस टेबल से, देन बोथ शुड गिव मी द सेम रिजल्ट. सो लेट अस डू दैट. आई विल रिमूव द मंथ, एंड देखो अभी ये एग्जैक्ट करेक्ट आउटपुट दे रहा है फॉर बोथ द केसेस. फॉर्मूला इज सेम. तो यहाँ पे देखो अभी ये पैरेलल पीरियड प्रीवियस ईयर का दे रहा है, अगेन यहाँ पर भी ऑल्सो प्रीवियस ईयर का दे रहा है, दोनों के दोनों. सो दिस इज गिविंग द करेक्ट आउटपुट. तो प्रॉब्लम कब आ रहा था? प्रॉब्लम तब आ रहा था जब हम लोगों ने मंथ वाला फिल्टर कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऐड कर दिया, तब दोनों का बिहेवियर चेंज होता है. दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. नाउ वी विल डू दैट प्रैक्टिकली, बट बिफोर दैट अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग. देयर आर सर्टन थिंग्स दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड ओनली विथ प्रैक्टिस. सामने वाले के बताने से तुमको सारी चीजें समझ में नहीं आएंगी. You need to make peace with this truth. So now that I have deleted all the measures, let us do this from the scratch. So I'll take this table and let us create the first measure that we need. So I'll click on this measures table, new measure. We know that the first measure should be total sales. So I will say sum of sales amount. So this is the sales amount, and this will act like my first measure. Okay, now I have created this measure, but in this table, let us take the fields that we need. We need year, then we also need month, and let us take the total sales. Alright, so this is fine. Now let us create the first measure that we need. So let us first create the parallel period measure. Again, what we are going to do is we will be making use of this parallel period function. Dates we already know. We are going to make use of calendar date. So as I said in the previous videos, we have got this data model wherein we have created this calendar table, and we have also created the relationship between this calendar table and the sales table. As we can see, there is a relationship on the basis of this order date and calendar date. Okay, so we will use that. So I will again go here, and so within this parallel period, first argument is date, and we are going to use cal_date. Okay, then number of intervals, as I said, let us take -1 or let us take -2 for a change. We'll take month, and obviously instead of month you can take quarter, year, or you take -2 when you want to compare with the previous months. If you want to compare with the future months, then you can take normal 2. Okay, so for now let us keep it -2, and let us keep it month. Let us close this bracket. This is just the filtering part. So for the context condition we need the calculate. So we will wrap this parallel period within the calculate function, and expression we know that we want to do the total sales. So I will take total sales. We have this measure, so let us use that, and parallel period will act as a filter 1. Okay, this is the filter that we are going to use. I'll close the bracket. So only thing that we have done is wrapped this parallel period within the calculate function. Okay, so we'll take total sales, and filtering will be based on this filter context provided by parallel period. So let us see the output, and we can see we are getting -2. Okay, so the next measure that we have to create is DATEADD function. So let us take DATEADD. Dates we already know. We will take calendar table cal_date. Number of intervals, again we'll take -2. Okay, and then we need the month. Okay, we'll close the bracket and hit the enter, and let us compare. Okay, I think we forgot one thing, and that is we forgot to add the calculate function. So let us take calculate, and the expression we already know, total sales, put a comma. Let us close this, and that gives us the expected output. Alright, so as we can see, now we are able to compare for the month. Similarly, you guys can change it for -2, -4. If you want to compare for the upcoming month, that also you can do. I don't want to waste your time. You can practice all these things. Anyway, I'll share the data source. So we have done until this part, and we expected, as I told you in the beginning, this is giving us -2 data. Okay, now let us do for year. So I'm taking year in the DATEADD. We'll do the same for parallel period as well. So this also year, and see, let us take -1 year, and here also let us take -1 year. So now what we have done is we have done the -1 year for both the DAX functions. Now after doing this, as expected and as I told you in the beginning, the output is a little different. Okay, for parallel pair we are getting the entire previous year's sum, and that is being compared. For DATEADD, as I said, it is little bit flexible, and it is giving us the comparative values for the previous year. For previous year, what was the output, like that. And as I said, all of this is happening because of this filter context, this month. If I remove the month, everything will again get same. So this is where we can conclude that parallel period is a little bit rigid, and it will give you the comparison based on the time frame that you have provided. Okay, if you provide for month, it will provide for month. If you provide for year, it will provide for year. If you provide for date, it will give you the data for date itself. Okay, it will not care about these filter context. DATEADD is a little bit flexible, and it will respect this filter context. Okay, so now the last thing I can do is I can remove this month, and then we will see the output is exactly same. Okay, so this is the difference between the parallel period and the DATEADD functions. Okay, so I hope this is helpful for your understanding. I will share the source data, so make sure that you practice this, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.